Why, hello guys, it's me, Maya. I am hanging out in my closet again. Here we are. And I love closets. Some they just make you feel good. Like when I'm sad or just want to be alone, I kind of like come in closets, cuddle up, and I just love closets. It's very fun for me. So my dream closet will have like a couch for me to lay on or something. So today I wanted to talk about something that is actually, it's really sad, and something that I didn't think I'd ever share publicly, because I am not someone that likes to share certain personal things, especially when it comes to sad things, because I don't like people that will all of a sudden like care about me so much that I know don't really care about me because something bad is going on in my life. So you want to be my friend now because there's drama in my life? I don't know, and that's something I definitely need to get over. So sometimes I have a hard time sharing stuff that is personal, and that is really hard and sad for me. Today I wanted to talk about, I feel like, I feel sad. I feel like it's hard. Today I wanted to talk about dealing with a miscarriage. Unfortunately, I had gone through a miscarriage, and it's hard. It's a hard thing. It's something I'd never, ever wish on anyone. Just on a Tuesday, last Tuesday, I began spotting. And it wasn't anything serious. It was just like light. And I had heard that sometimes women do that. When they become pregnant, they'll spot a little bit. And so I wasn't too concerned about it the first day. I mean, I was a little sad, and I called Chad and I told him, I said, I'm bleeding. And then I just kind of like brushed it off a little bit. It's like, oh, it's okay. It's fine. Researched a little bit on my phone to see if that was normal. Because I didn't want to tell anyone yet that I was pregnant. Because I was planning on telling my mom and Chad's mom and our parents on Mother's Day, which is this upcoming Sunday. I kind of just like let it go, and then the next day, on Wednesday, I was starting to bleed a little bit more, and then I was starting to get freaked out because it was a lot more heavy. It wasn't like period bleeding, and I'm sorry, this is like graphic, and you probably don't want to watch this if blood grosses you out. I started to bleed a little bit more, and so I called my doctor and I let them know what was going on, and they kind of like helped me calm down a little bit. Something that I appreciate what the nurse said was, you know, unfortunately I can't fix a pregnancy, but I can reassure you and I can help you. So that kind of reassured me, made me feel good, and she was very much like, you know, everything should be okay, like, we'll test you if you want to. You can come in anytime. Just let us know that you'd like to take an ultrasound or a blood test or something, yada yada, and we'll do that. But she did make it very clear, like, I cannot fix it. And I told them on Wednesday, I was like, oh no, it's okay, I won't worry about it. Because I didn't want to be that psycho woman that was like, every time something kind of weird is happening, I just have to go to the hospital. I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be psycho. Thursday, I was bleeding a lot more. It was like a period bleeding. And so I called them again, and I set up an appointment. I couldn't make it to them on time because they close at 4. So I went to, it's called an outpatient center. It's by the hospital. So I went to the outpatient center to get an ultrasound. And the woman that did it was, she didn't make me feel good, and she didn't make me feel bad. She just kind of didn't say anything. She was very like, yeah, she's kind of an ornery little thing, and I was kind of like at that point wishing that I would have just gone to my actual doctor. She just didn't reassure me or help me or anything. Before I go on to like the whole deal Friday, there was one night that I asked my husband if he would give me a blessing. Now, in my religion, a man, a worthy priesthood holder, if you want to know more about that, you can go to lds.org. I'll put it down below. And so I asked him to give me a blessing. And what that basically is like saying a prayer for me. And he said, he was like, oh, please bless the baby and Maya will be okay, that everything will go well. And then all of a sudden, he just kind of changed, and I don't know what it was, but he said something along the lines of like, please help Maya to be comforted by the outcome. Something along those lines. And right when he said that, I just had this gut feeling that something was wrong. And I just had this gut feeling that this baby's not going to be okay. I tried to like push it away because I so badly wanted to have this baby. I so badly wanted to be a mom by the end of this year. And then on Friday, I was bleeding again. And it wasn't as bad or as thick as it was Thursday, but it was still fairly heavy. And it was scaring me because it had been going on for 4 days now. And I was like, I don't feel like that's a good thing. And finally, because I was so afraid and I just wanted to talk to someone that had actually had a baby, like face to face, I told my mom the situation. I talked to her, but it's while we were at work actually. And she immediately was like, have you been cramping? And I was like, yeah, like a little bit. And immediately she was like, yeah, cramping does kind of associate with a miscarriage. And she was like, but that doesn't necessarily mean, was trying to reassure me, but when she said that, I think, and I don't know her feelings, but I think both of us kind of like knew it wasn't going to turn out well. I think both of us did. So the day went on. I was just kind of like sad, but I am one of those people that I don't want people to know that I'm sad. Like clearly I seem just fine, and I'm good. I'm happy. I'll go on to that later, but it's still a really hard thing. After that, I went to my grandma's house, and I was going to hang out with her for a while Chad was at work. I know that my grandma had some things with her, and she's had 6 kids. She never had a miscarriage, so I was like, well, maybe she's had something similar. So I started to talk to her, and I told her about the situation. She didn't say anything that was like, it's not going to work out. I just felt this like worry and this like sadness in her. I just started to fall apart because I just knew, and I was trying my best not to be negative and to have this positive attitude, because I'm definitely one of those people that I think if you're negative, a lot of the time negative things are going to happen. But when you're positive about things and you're good, you have a good attitude, things sometimes turn out. And not always, but a lot of the time things turn out fine. So I just try to have that attitude, and I just try not to think negative, even though burning inside this like haunting feeling was telling me this baby's not going to be okay. We went to go get food and stuff for like Chad and my grandpa and my grandma and just us. And as we were coming back home, we were maybe 5 minutes away from her house. I just felt blood. It was just blood, and I just had to like squeeze and like put my legs together, and I just knew right at that moment, my baby's gone. I was basically on the toilet for 2 hours just bleeding, and it was so painful, and it was just like all this blood and then these huge clots. I felt like one of those clots was that baby just falling out, and that was so hard for me because I felt like I flushed my baby down the toilet. I don't know how far along I was. I was supposed to go on my first doctor's appointment this Wednesday, so 2 days from now, May 4th, and I had no idea. I was going to find out Wednesday, everything. So honestly, that was the worst feeling. Physically, mentally, like everything, it was just the most pain I've ever felt in every single way. Mentally, so tiring. After I got off the toilet, I was basically running to the bathroom every 10 minutes, 20 minutes to change a pad because I was bleeding so much. Then later, my sister came over and my grandma told her what was going on, and my sister just wrapped her arms around me and cried and hugged me, and I could just feel her love for me. And I'm so grateful that I've been blessed with such good people. My grandma, my mom, my dad, my grandpa, my siblings, my husband. Like, I have such good people in my life, and I was so grateful for her at that moment. I was just numb. I wasn't crying. I was getting like teary-eyed when she talked to me, but I was just numb. And after that, I was just so sad, and it was just this feeling of like, you're an idiot, Maya. It's all your fault. You suck, Maya. You weren't healthy enough. You didn't do this enough. Yada yada. Like attacking myself. Sometimes I'm a stupid little 19-year-old girl, and when I get mad, I had said things that I wish I wouldn't have. Basically things like, maybe I don't even want this baby. Like awful, 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 awful things that no one should say about a child. And if you have done that, like, I'm not in any way trying to like be rude about you, because sometimes when you're angry, you say the stupidest, meanest things. That's something I so badly regret. I've heard stories of women complaining about getting pregnant and being upset about it and losing the baby, just falling apart because they lost that baby, and they were so ungrateful and angry about, like, and they said terrible things and then ended up being so unhappy because they lost the baby. And so I never wanted to be rude and take for granted about being pregnant because I was so scared of that happening. And I let my anger get the best of me. And the thing that I was so afraid of happened. Just eats me. Because it still just bothers me, and it's like, it's my fault, it's my fault. Even though, from what I understand, a lot of the time when a child is miscarried, it's because that child has issues. That child is sick. That child is in pain, kind of thing. That's kind of what I process. Hearing that and understanding that that's a lot of the reason why a child is miscarried, for me, that is a relief. Because I'd rather that baby not go through pain in its life. So that's like a relief that that baby didn't have to deal with pain for that long. I wasn't very far along, and I was so attached to that baby because I was starting to get so excited. You know, Chad and I started making shirts. Like, I'll show you this one. Probably will forever keep this just because I love things like this, like memories. But let's see. This says, only grandchild expiring November 26th. We weren't sure if it's, when we were looking at this thing, it said either the end of November or the beginning of December when the baby was going to be born. So we just went with November because we wanted a November baby. It just didn't feel super real, and then we started making things, and it was like, we're getting so excited, we're getting so close to telling Mom, we're gonna see the baby soon, and we were just getting so excited. And then just right before these big moments are gonna happen, that baby's gone. I have a religious belief. I believe in life after death, and I believe that I'll get to see that baby. I believe that I'll get to have that baby. If I am a righteous, good person, I will get to have that baby. That's something that comforts me. Now, not all people will believe that, but that's something that comforts me. And that's why I love my church so much, because it's just so comforting. Even if it ended up not being true, there's so much comfort that I get, feeling like I will have that baby one day. And even if I ended up not, and this is it, at least I died thinking that I would. And it comforted me in the time being. A lot of the reason I didn't want to tell people that I was pregnant early on is because, one, I love surprises and I love secrets with my husband. I love having our little secrets, and then coming out with fun little ways to tell everyone little secrets. It's fun for me. I love doing surprises. But two, because I was scared of something like this happening, and I didn't want that sympathy because of my weird little thinking. I'm so glad that I said something when I was starting to be nervous, because I had so much family love and support. And I definitely suggest that you tell someone. You don't have to tell a lot of people. You don't need to post it on YouTube or tell as many people as I have. You can tell that one person that you really trust. Because for me, I don't want to cry in front of everyone. And I don't. And I'm act like I'm okay. And I am. But I hurt. I still really hurt. And I have my sweet, sweet husband that I can just bawl to. And that's so nice to have. So I definitely suggest having someone there. And as weird as it is, I'm so grateful that I have gone through this, because it'll help me not take advantage of a child again. Because I was so excited to have this baby. I was so excited to go see that baby Wednesday. For me, I film and do these things because I want these memories. I want my children to be able to look back on this, and if, heaven forbid, one of my children goes through something like this, they'll have that. and they'll see me go through it and see how I've overcome it. And I'm okay right now, and I still really hurt. It still sucks if I really think about it. It sucks when I look at little things like that. Sure, I still have all of these little birth control stuff. I have my first one that I took, my second one, and one that I just took last Wednesday to make sure that I was still pregnant. And look at those things and I just fall apart, because it's like, if I were to take another one, and I'm scared to take another pregnancy test because I don't want it to say negative. I'm one of those weirdos that I just want to have the memory, though. As awful as it is and as weird as it seems, I want to keep this. I want to keep this shirt to remember that, I was going to have a baby, and that baby is in a better place. That baby's not going to suffer, and so I'm going to keep these things. I'm going to try to figure out something to do with them. I don't know if someone's into that, but that's something I'm very much into, and that's something that, for me, will help me. When I do get pregnant again, and hopefully that'll happen as easily as this pregnancy did, I'm sad. I'm really sad, and it hurts me even more when I see my little sweetheart be sad. But I'm so grateful that I told someone, because that feeling of being able to just cry has really helped me a lot. But it's hard, and I really hope that when you do get pregnant, and if it's something that you want, please don't let your anger get the best of you and say something negative about being pregnant, because you'll hate if something bad were to happen. You'll hate it. And I hope that if you've gone through something like this will help you a little bit. But this is my story, and I hope that things are going to go okay. And I hurt, and I think it's going to hurt for a long time. I just don't hold on to it, because I just feel like there's nothing I could have done. There's nothing the doctors could have done. So I don't have this anger about it. There was something with that poor little baby that it was just too good to come into this world, I guess. So I'm going to leave on that note. I'm sorry that I was such a little boober. And I hope this doesn't make anyone sad. I just hope that this maybe will help someone. That's why I like these videos. That's why I'm doing videos. It's because I just want someone to be happy. I want my happiness to help someone else, and my trials to help someone else that might be going through similar trials. I hope you never go through something like this. I really hope you don't. My heart hurts for women that had the opportunity to hear their baby, to see their baby, to watch their baby grow, to eventually even feel their baby, and that baby to just be gone. My heart aches for them, because I didn't even get to see or hear my baby, and my heart hurts so bad. So I hope that you're okay, and you definitely will be in my mind, my heart, and in my prayers. I love you guys, and I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope things are going well, and that you can overcome any pain that you feel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want, like, share, or subscribe. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Bye, guys.